Hello, I'm Dave for That's Us Gaming, and welcome to Dave's Ramblings, where I basically talk your ear off about things I find interesting. Now, today I wanted to talk a bit about guest characters in fighting games. Now, the idea of the guest character isn't a new one, despite the fact that it's become more commonplace, and it can be traced far back. Earliest I remember is Soul Calibur 2, where depending on what console you got the game, depended on what secret character you got. For example, if you got it on GameCube, Link from the Legend of Zelda series was your guest character. If you got it on the PlayStation 2, Heihachi from Tekken was on there, and then if you had it on the Xbox, you got Spawn from the comic books as your guest character. Now it has become a lot more commonplace. It almost feels like the gimmick has worn off, especially with places like Mortal Kombat doing it a lot. But anyway, I would mainly want to look at Tekken. Now, Tekken is a strange type of game because on the one hand it's quite realistic with some true martial arts elements and some various styles there based on true to life martial arts. And then on the other hand it's got a fucking bear, lizard, kangaroo and the actual fucking devil, but in this case it's a genetic affliction instead of supernatural evil. Now, the reason I'm bringing up Tekken is because Tekken 7 has had its Season 2 pass announced, and for some reason it's really pissed me off. 3 characters were showcased in all, and these were Anna, who is from the series anyway, but now she has a fucking bazooka. Lei, who was the Jackie Chan cop sort of knockoff, who now looks more like Jackie Chan's drunken uncle. And lastly, Negan from The Walking Dead. Now, it's that last one that has really cheesed my onions. I have made peace with the previously released guest characters, Noctis and Geese. Noctis being the protagonist from Final Fantasy 15 and Geese Howard from, I can't remember which SNK series, but I remember him being a pain in the ass in Capcom vs SNK. Now, I've made peace with them because even though they do distract me from the Tekken verse, shall we say, they aren't from a universe steeped in realism like The Walking Dead. Now, instead of embracing a fucking panda hanging around a schoolgirl like it's perfectly normal, I suddenly think, hell, that's not realistic at all. I just can't get the image of Jeffrey Dean Morgan wrangling with a fucking 7-foot grizzly bear, or a fucking kangaroo, or the devil. You know what I mean? Now, I had this sort of problem with Mortal Kombat X. Like I said, guest characters aren't anything new, but the novelty just seems like it's worn off with this. They have added so many creatures, like from different universes, like WB were like, well, what have we got a license to? And just threw up a load of things for them to do. I mean, I think, honestly, if Mortal Kombat X would have just held off for a bit, they could have made their own creature feature fighter, and I think I would have preferred that, right? But instead they've just dumped them all into Mortal Kombat X as DLC and just taken something away from the universe that I spent so long bloody piecing together timelines and swatting up on character backgrounds, you know, stuff like that. I really fell hard for Mortal Kombat. I loved it. I even loved the PlayStation games, the PlayStation 2 ones. I thought they were brilliant. You know, all of them. Deadly Alliance, Deception. I loved all of them, even Armageddon. But yeah, it wasn't so much a problem with Freddy and Jason, because I could sort of see, you know, Hell being Outworld or whatever, but then when they shoved in like Leatherface and the Alien and the Predator, that was when it, to me, I just thought, well, this is just stupid now. Why can't you just make characters or bring back classic characters somehow, rather than this idea that, oh, well, we'll get attention by drafting in something else. It's a bit like Injustice. Injustice was a bit better because the people actually fit the sort of universe. They added in Hellboy from Dark Horse Comics, and they added Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, who I think were Image Comics, but don't quote me on that because I haven't bothered doing the research. I'm just rambling off the top of my head. But yeah, anyway, I'm hoping that Tekken 7 is not going to go whole hog again with the guest characters. I mean, they've got Akuma from Street Fighter in there. Bravo, you managed to integrate him. For some reason, Noctis is in there, despite the fact that he uses fucking swords everywhere, and he would have been suited for staying until the new Soul Calibur game. I mean, that was stupid to me, bringing in a guy that can literally fucking pluck weapons from thin air, and they decided to put him in Tekken. It fucking beyond me. Anyway, yeah, I'm hoping that they don't bring in any more Walking Dead characters. If I'm going to see Andrew Lincoln fucking wrestling with a bear, I'm going to quit. I'm just going to be like, right, nope, I'm done. I am absolutely fucking done. But then, recently, I say recently, Dead or Alive 5, right, they had guest characters, but they did this so exceptionally well that Luke from That's Us Gaming actually came to me and said, oh, are these guys from a different series? Because he didn't realise, until he read that they were Virtua Fighter characters on there, he didn't know which ones were the Virtua Fighter characters. Because he didn't play it that often, he wasn't aware of them, but they fit in so well that they could have been from the Dead or Alive 5 universe. In fact, I think Tekken would have been better to have taken the same sort of role and thought, right, well, we've got Virtua Fighter 5, we've got Dead or Alive, we can use these characters because they fit our style. I mean, I would have loved to have seen Wolf Hawkfield from Virtua Fighter 5 in Tekken as maybe something to go up against King. I think that would have been perfect. But instead, as I say, they're just looking for almost like just big names to just throw in regardless of the universe. But I think the Dead or Alive standard should be what all other guest characters are judged on. Now, I won't say too much. I mean, I'm yet to see Negan in action, but the fact that they've added a bazooka to Anna, you've got Geese, who, like, you know, throws bloody fireballs and stuff. The same with Akuma. It seems Tekken is moving a bit more in the way of NetherRealm and just adding whatever the hell they want, as long as they got big names and people go, me spend money. So yeah, let me know what you think. I mean, you know, do you think the guest characters are getting way out of hand or not? You know, just leave any comments. I'm always open to suggestion. And thank you very much for listening. Bye.